In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from closing $500 to $1,000 deals to closing $7,500 to $10,000 deals as a videographer. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Julian Corzo, and I've scaled my own video business and content agency to multiple six figures per year. And in the last almost 2 years now, I've helped hundreds of other videographers do the exact same thing with the exact same framework that I'm going to show you right now. So if you're a videographer and you're closing around $500 to $1,000 deals, then you probably have no clear offer or niche. You're kind of just working with everyone and anyone. You don't have a predictable way to get more clients. So you're just relying on referrals and word of mouth and just praying that people hit you up. And you're probably charging based off of deliverables, right? The amount of videos that you're providing, the length of the videos, or you're probably even charging based off of hourly, right? Like full day shoots, half day shoots, or how long it takes you to edit. Okay, so with this 5-step system, I'm going to show you how to go to having a clear offer in ICP, because that's what we need. I'm going to show you how to book 20 to 40 appointments per month, because that's what you need. So ultimately you can close 5 to 10 new deals every single month around this price range. So if that's what you want, then stick all the way to the end of this video, because I promise there's going to be a lot of tangible things that you are going to take away from this so you can implement to your video business. Okay. Now, before we actually get into, the 5-step process, I need to go over something that is very, 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 very important to understand. And this is what I call the value ladder. You see, marketing and sales, all really marketing and sales consist of is 4 things, which is generating attention, generating leads, generating appointments, generating sales, which will ultimately result in revenue, right? Now, the higher that you climb this value ladder, the more that you're worth. Because at the end of the day, the more value that you provide, the more money that you'll be able to make, right? The bigger the problems that you solve, the more that you're worth. So that's super important. Now, the problem with videographers is that they're literally right here, which is literally step 0. Okay, now let me tell you why. You see, majority of videographers are really just delivering videos, and that's it. They're almost just like a point and shoot person. They're asking the client, hey, what type of videos do you want to shoot? Oh, you want to shoot this? You want to shoot this? Okay, they shoot the videos, they deliver it, and that's pretty much it. So they're basically just order takers, right? So you're at step 0. You're not really providing any attention to your clients. You're not helping them generate leads. You're not generating appointments, and you're definitely not helping them generate sales. Or at least you can't really attribute your videos to their business's growth. Okay. Sometimes people are even paying you and they're losing money. So that's why you're stuck charging what you're charging right here. Now, some of you might be stuck here, right? This is where I was stuck with my video business. You see, I was helping my clients go viral. So my clients were getting hundreds of thousands of views, sometimes even millions of views, but we were just generating attention, right? We weren't able to specifically attribute the attention that we were generating to leads, to appointments, and to sales. So you got to understand, business is business, right? So when somebody is paying you, when somebody's paying you money, they are expecting that money to turn into more money. I don't care what anybody tells you. When a business owner hires you to make videos for their business, deep down inside, they are expecting those videos to result in some type of ROI. Even if it's just a testimonial video, right? They're not paying you for a testimonial video. They're paying you for a video asset that's going to help build trust with potential prospects so they can close more deals, right? So I was stuck here. I mean, I was also stuck in step number 0. I remember one time, a big corporate company paid us around $9,000. I'm sorry if you can't even see this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but anyways, they paid us $9,000 for, I think it was around like 12 videos. 5 of them were testimonials, and the other one were just like super nice videos, like for their website and for their YouTube channel. And I delivered the videos, and basically all they did was they posted it to the YouTube channel that literally had like 10 subscribers and posted it to their website. That's it. I didn't really hear back anything. They said, oh, videos look really nice. Thank you so much. So I was basing my value off of basically the quality of the video, the sound, the color grade. That's basically it, right? That was my main job. I was basing my value over how the video actually looked, instead of really focusing on, okay, how can I help create certain video assets that are going to help generate more business for this specific company. And ultimately, I just didn't really know how, right? At that time, I was just a videographer. All I really knew was like, okay, I need to focus on making sure that I'm lighting my scene correctly, that I have the right gear, that the mics are set up properly. I'm shooting an S log, so I need to make sure that I can color grade. I need to make sure that my thing's at +2.0, because if it's under +2.0, then it might be underexposed on log. Like, that's what I was focusing on, instead of focusing on the main thing, which is like the actual marketing strategy behind it, like the actual system behind the videos that I'm going to use to help my clients make more money. So the reason that I'm saying all of this is because, you see, these are all symptoms of your main problem. Having no clear offer, relying on referrals, and charging based off of deliverables. Those are all like, you could change this and it might work, and you could change this, but at the end of the day, if you don't understand this concept that like, hey, you need to position yourself differently than somebody who's just going to deliver videos, and you need to learn how to actually climb this value ladder so you can do more than just deliver videos, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I really had to look deep inside into like my career, and I was like, yo, honestly, like I ain't trying to be this point and shoot person my whole life. I'm trying to do more than that. I'm trying to actually help businesses grow, right? Because you can just hire a shooter. So I don't know about you guys, but like in the next 5 years, do you really want to be the person going out and shooting videos? Maybe you do. And if you do, good for you. But I promise, even if you do want to do that, you still want to learn how to generate leads, how to generate appointments, and how to generate sales. And that is what I call becoming a video marketer, right? And that's ultimately the biggest thing that we teach, is going from a videographer to a video marketer, because that is going to be the best transition that you'll make for your career, right? That's how you'll go from ultimately charging $500 to $1,000 to 5 times that, like truly. And it's ultimately by climbing the value ladder. And well, this is the biggest thing as well, leveraging AI. You see, this climb took me years and a lot of money to learn, right? I paid a lot of people. I paid for a lot of programs just to ultimately learn how to generate leads, appointments, sales. Like, I had to learn all those things, right? And it would also, whenever I would onboard a client, it literally would take me, days, if not weeks, to come up with the marketing strategy. Well, now you can literally leverage AI to help you out with basically everything, to help you understand, your customer's market, to help you understand your customer's ICP, to help develop the marketing strategy, to basically develop everything, to come up with the content ideas, the scripts. So you can now leverage AI to at least get to number 2, to create a much better marketing strategy, right? And again, that's ultimately what we kind of go over inside of our program, which is what we call the AI Video Marketer program. But with that being said, enough of me blabbering. Let me tell you one more thing, guys. This is not the answer to your problems. Getting a red camera is not the answer to your problems. Getting this lens is not the answer to your problems. And getting an ND filter is not the answer to your problems. At a point, guys, once you just have good enough gear, right? Like if you have a Sony FX3, doesn't really matter if you're using a Sony FX3 or this $40,000 red camera. It truly isn't. At the end of the day, I don't know if you guys know, but there's tools out there like VEO3 and Sora 2 that are literally creating these super high quality videos in just minutes, and it costs $20 per month. You see, this would honestly help you out if it was 10 years ago, because 10 years ago, videos were something that were still kind of rare, right? Like videos did have a lot of value, but times are changing, and it's, specifically maybe not now, right? Like this still might be somewhat valuable if you do have a red, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, with just like AI coming out, and just even your phones having the ability to shoot super high quality videos, like the demand for this equipment is just simply going to go down. It will go down, and it really won't be worth it. So this is definitely not the answer to your problems. And if you do want to make a career out of this, guys, I'm telling you right now, you need to learn how to become more than just a videographer and become a video marketer who's actually delivering tangible results and an ROI to their clients. So with that being said, let's actually dive into the 5-step system. Let me find it. Okay, perfect. So the first thing that we're going to need is, again, we're going to need to craft your offer. So you're going to need to go from a videographer to a video marketer. Okay, so videographer to video marketer. We need to sell a done for you offer that's actually going to generate results for our clients. So think growth partner instead of just a point and shoot person. So whenever you're coming up with an offer, the biggest thing that you really want to understand or like really want to think about is like, how can you become just so valuable that you become irreplaceable to your clients, right? So this is why we call it like a growth and revenue partner. You literally want to become a partner to your client's business. So it's just like, they wouldn't even think about replacing you because you just deliver so much value to their business, right? Your service is directly attributed to their revenue. So if they stop working with you, they will literally lose money. Now think about this right now. If you're just a videographer and a client stops working with you, are they going to lose out on anything? Probably not. Like they can just hire a social media manager or freelancer or use AI and get similar results and save money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you need to become more than just again, a videographer. So we're going to sell a done for you offer. And we also want to make sure that we create a solution that's going to solve a problem for your clients instead of asking them what they want to do. Oh my God, this is the biggest thing, guys. You have no idea like how many videographers I'll talk to. And this is what they do whenever they onboard a client. Or not even that, even on the sales call, like the videographer will literally ask them, hey, what type of videos do you want to shoot? It's like, you guys need to understand, there's a reason that this business owner is hiring you. They're hiring you for your expertise on videos, on content, on marketing. So why are you asking them what they want to create? You should be the one telling them, right? You should be the one who has the solution to their problems. Imagine going to a doctor's office because you have shoulder pain. You tell the doctor what's wrong with your shoulder, and then the doctor asks you, okay, like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you think, we should do? Bro, I don't know. This is what I came here for. You're the expert. Tell me. So you need to get away from asking your clients what they want to do and start providing the solution, which is why you need to have a clear offer and niche, and you need to develop a solution that's actually going to solve your client's problems. Okay. Now I'm going to go over just some of our AI systems here that we kind of give to our students to help them really understand what offer they should create based off of their experience. So this person's name is Jake. He's from North Carolina. And based off his experience, this is basically the offer that, I would give him. So I would first give him this intro offer to sell, which is going to be a Charlotte business growth package, which is going to consist of content plus ads. It's going to be a 90-day system. And we're going to charge between $6,000 to $7,000 simply because this guy doesn't really have tons of experience and he only really has one case study. So what we like to do is we like to close 2 to 3 clients on this $6,000 to $7,000 offer, get case studies, and we immediately increase the price by at least $1,000, $2,000. So he could be charging anywhere from $7,500 to $9,000 upfront, or just break down the payments. Now, these are the core deliverables. So a custom marketing strategy tailored to local Charlotte businesses, right? We're going to have 10 high quality videos per month, 30 total, which is typically 3 shoots. And sometimes we don't even offer 10 per month. We typically offer 5 per month, so 15 total. Because the reality is local businesses don't need more than 10 videos per month. They just don't. They literally don't. We're also going to offer 3 ad creatives optimized for local service-based businesses. This could be per month. So think of it as 39 videos total, right? We have 30 from this and then 3 a month for this, depending if the ads are fatiguing or not. What we typically like to do, and we just typically like to shoot a lot of B-roll in the first shoot, and we like to repurpose those as ads, right? Complete Facebook and Instagram campaign management, sales and appointment frameworks for your clients, because since we're going to be delivering the sales via Slack channel, since we're going to be delivering the leads via Slack channel, we need to really consult our client on how to actually call those leads. And then weekly KPI tracking and monthly comprehensive reports every 30 days, right? Now, why this fits you? Again, this is everything. So basically how it works is we've trained our AI system on since we have so much data because we've worked with literally hundreds of videographers out there. And since I'm also in the trenches as well, I know what's working. Our team knows what's working. So we take all of this data, we put this in this AI system. So what the AI system does is it takes your current situation, your experience, and your case studies, mixes it with the data that we've provided it to create the offer that you can run with. So why this fits you? you're already comfortable creating content at volume, you are fast at editing, and your 5K per month average shows clients already pay you decent money. The issue isn't your skill, it's your positioning and confidence. At $6,000 to $7,000 for 90 days, you're actually charging less per month than your good months, but with guaranteed consistency, your youth and understanding of social media trends are huge advantages here. So your pricing and positioning, start at $6,000 for your first 2 to 3 clients. This is actually conservative given you've hit in $7,500 months before. Once you close 2 clients and have case studies, bump to 700, even I would probably even say 7,500. Remember, you made a restaurant go viral with $100,000 views. That's worth way more than $6,000 to a business owner. Okay. So your progression path. Now after the 90 days, what we want to do is we want to sell on the main offer, which is going to be a 6-month retention package that we're going to price at $8,000 to $10,000 again. I would probably charge $12,000 to $15,000 for this, again, depending on your case studies. So everything from the intro, right? But we're probably going to minimize the monthly content. We will minimize the monthly content, plus a follow-up system implementation thing, and even an AI chatbot setup. So sometimes you don't even have to add the additions. So this is why it's very important to really track your clients, like just KPIs, and that you're doing the monthly comprehensive report so you can see what the bottlenecks are. Because if you see what the bottlenecks are, then what you can do is you can upsell them on like AI chatbots. Like for example, if you're generating them qualified leads, because you should be, especially if you're using Go High Level, and you can see that a lot of the leads just really aren't resulting in just any appointments or any sales, then that can be an appointment setting thing. Maybe the businesses aren't calling them quick enough, so we can upsell them in an AI chatbot. Right. So when to upgrade. So basically after the 90 days, we want to sell them on a 6-month retention package minimum, even a 12-month if we can. We've had students in the program land 12-month contracts after the 90 days. So it's super important, right? As a business, you want to make sure that you're having recurring revenue, and you want to make sure that your contracts are airtight. Sorry. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is going to be the offer. We can even have a 30-day option. If the person doesn't want to do the full 90 days, we'll sell it for around $3,000 to $4,000, which is just basically, content, the ads, and we'll run the ads for 30 days. So that is going to be the offer, right? So we're very clear on the on the niche, which is going to be local businesses in your area, service businesses. We want to make sure that they're higher ticket because we want to make sure they have a higher AOV, which is average order value. If you don't know what local service businesses are, you can literally just go to, I think I already searched this up. Let me just pull it up. These are a whole list of local service providers that you can run with, right? Roofing companies, home and remodeling, kitchen and bathroom remodeling, custom home building, landscaping, pool construction, driveway paving, foundation repair. The list goes on. We have automotive services, beauty and health services. You want to be careful with this because you want to make sure that they're higher ticket. Commercial and construction services, professional and B2B local services, and specialized in luxury lifestyle services. The most important thing is we need to make sure that they have a high AOV. Now, if you don't know what high AOV means, it means average order value. Now, the reason that we want to go after people with higher AOVs is because, let's just say that we were helping a barber, right? An average AOV for a barber is literally $50. So think about how can they really justify a $10,000 investment with us? We'd have to literally help them close so many, it just wouldn't make sense. The numbers don't math. The math does not math. Whereas if we're helping a roofing company and their average job is maybe $50,000, it's different, right? We can just help them close 2 per month and they're already making $100,000. If they're at 20% profit margins, they're making $20,000 in profit minus our cost and minus the actual ad investment. They're probably making anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 profit. So boom, and that's being super conservative, right? So that's what I mean when going after higher local service businesses with a high AOV. And so basically once you actually understand the offer as well, you obviously want to kind of map it out yourself. So this is just a quick overview of what our onboarding process is, leveraging our AI team. Our AI team does a lot of the work for us, right? It creates the marketing strategies, creates the content, finds industry trends. It understands our client's ICP at such a deep level. It's disgusting how much information we're pulling from the local market. We'll know everything there is to know about these local markets. It's honestly awesome. Anyways. So the next thing is once you have your offer set in stone, we now need attention from perfect fit clients. right? The reality is you can have a really good offer, but if nobody knows who you are or what you do, then again, like how do you expect to grow your business? You just can't. You literally can't. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to establish our Instagram. So majority of the attention will come from Instagram, right? We're not really using, we're not doing cold outreach because I hate cold outreach, right? We want to attract people, right? So this is mainly attraction-based marketing. So this is inbound marketing. So instead of us chasing people, what we want to do is we want to set up the right foundation, right? So think about it like this, like you set up a beautiful garden and then you start attracting the butterflies. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to start setting up our Instagram account so we can start attracting the people that we want to attract. It's just a much easier sell. And I don't know about you guys, but like, bro, cold outreach and just trying to beg people to work with me is just a waste of time. Let me just build the right foundation so I can attract the right people who already know what I do. They already want to work with me, and it's just much better, right? So what we need to do is we need to optimize our Instagram. If you look right here, we need to optimize our bio with basically who we are, what we do. We need to have a very nice profile picture, and what we can do as well is I always like to tell my clients that they should have a business Instagram account and just link the business Instagram account inside of your bio. Okay. Now, the reason that we want to do this, guys, is again, businesses want to work with winners at the end of the day, right? Nobody wants to work with somebody who's a solo freelancer. Businesses want to work with winners. And at the end of the day, you are who you attract. So if somebody lands on our page from an Instagram ad and they look at our page, they're literally going to audit your page. Like that's what they're going to do, right? And then they're going to click your business profile. And if they click your business profile and it looks super optimized, at the end of the day, you just look more legit, right? And yeah, it's just something, at the end of the day, something people really, really overlook is just professionalism. Act like a business owner. Act like you actually run a business instead of somebody who just is just doing this as like a side hustle out of their parents' bedroom. Because if that's what you're acting like, then you're never going to be charging $7,500, $10,000 deals. You're never going to grow your business. Might as well just get a job. Seriously. So once you have that, you also want to make sure that you have the 3 pinned post videos, which is basically one of them is who you are, what you do. So basically the who, what, how, who you are, who you are, what you do for them. Who you help, what you do for them, and how you do it. I got a little bit mixed up there. The second video is just going to be an about me, simple, like about you, about your story. And the third one is what it's actually like working with your business. Okay. Or you can even be a client testimonial if you have one. So you want to have the 3 pinned posts because again, we're running Instagram ads. So when because some majority of people are just going to click on your Instagram first before they actually submit their information. And they're going to, again, just kind of binge your stuff. And you want to make sure that your page looks super good and it looks binge worthy. So somebody can actually go through your content. They can kind of audit everything and really see that you are the go-to person, right? Like websites, you don't need a website to start with, but you definitely want a website after you close, if you have the money, like go invest into a website or build your own website using Framer, go high level. Because again, it just shows that you are running a real business. Like at the end of the day, you definitely don't want to build a website right now if you don't have any clients. Like that is definitely a very low value task to do right now. But once you have your ads are starting to work, you're starting to close deals, you're really starting to understand your business, you're starting to understand your offer, you're starting to understand like what you're actually doing, and you have a lot of clarity. That's typically a good time just to build a simple website that you can just have. Because again, it just shows credibility. It just shows that you know what you're doing. So also build a trust pilot. Also make sure to build a Google business and start collecting reviews on there, right? Like these old school principles, like they work, they literally work. So make sure to do that. And then we're going to make sure that we have our Instagram ads. Okay, so we have a whole framework on like how we actually set up our ads, how we actually shoot them, how we actually script them, like everything. Like it's not something that you just do and like run them and then expect results. I see so many people try to do it themselves and it just never works. It typically never works because they're missing the other 10 parts, that they need in order for Instagram ads and overall just ads to work in general. There's a lot more that goes into it. Okay. So once you have that, then it's all about leads and appointments. So we're sending all of this traffic to lead forms. Sometimes we're even sending it to a funnel, right? To either a book a call page or a lead form, or a lead form, and then we redirect them to a booking page. But the biggest thing here is, regardless, we need to make sure that we ask qualifying questions. So the lead form, we're asking around 2 to 3 qualifying questions, and we're having conditional logics. So basically, if you don't know what a conditional logic is, it's when somebody fills out the form, you're gonna have what we call like brokey bait. That's what Jeremy Haynes calls it. And basically, you just want to, you don't want people who are not qualified to go through your funnel. So if they select something, for example, we always like to ask financial qualifiers. So if somebody is under $15,000 to $20,000 per month in revenue, then we just, and they click that, then they don't go through our funnel, they go through a different way and they don't enter our funnel, right? So we ask, that's what a conditional logic is. So we're asking qualifying questions. Even if we're sending them directly to a booking page, then we're also asking qualifying questions. And then all of those leads are simply coming into a simple Slack notification. Even if they book a call right away, what we're gonna do is we're gonna triage them. So we're gonna call them just to make sure that, basically that triage call, what that is just to increase show rates, to build that connection right away. And overall, just to kind of ask a few questions so we understand what they're looking for, so it can better set us up for the sales call. And if they don't book a call and they just submit a lead form, then what we need to do is just appointment set them using an appointment setting framework. Now, basically, you want to be at a point where you're generating at least 2 to 3 leads per day. Because if you have around a 30% set rate, that means that you can be booking a call every single day, which is around 20 to 30 calls every single month. Let's just say that 80% of them show up. You want to have at least 15 to 20 booked calls so you can close a minimum of 2, pretty much 2 prospects every single week, okay? Because your job as a business owner is to bring in the money, and then you build the team around that. You build your structure behind that so they can actually fulfill, okay? Now it's sales, right? So now you have the leads, you have the offer. Now it's just ultimately understanding sales. After working with like hundreds of videographers, honestly, the biggest point where they fall flat is sales. And it's typically because they just don't know how to position themselves. And they're so used to just like charging based off of deliverables and hourly, and so used to charging these prices, that charging these prices gets kind of scary for them, and they don't really know how to handle objections. But listen, at the end of the day, it takes practice and it takes repetition, right? And what you don't want to do is you don't want to be that videographer who takes 5 sales calls, you go 0 for 5, and then you give up. That is the stupidest thing in the world, right? It takes practice. Just like anything, imagine if you're trying to learn a guitar right now. You're playing the guitar, you're not going to be good, bro. You're going to suck in the beginning. But you got to push through it. It's just a learning curve. You got to be willing to look stupid. So what you need to do is you first need to master a simple script, right? I actually have a video on this on my YouTube channel, basically like the sales framework that we use. Follow a script. Now, when I say follow a script, that doesn't mean that you're on a sales call and you're literally following a script. You need to make sure that you understand the script. It's second nature to you, right? Think of it like an actor. An actor follows a script, but can you tell they're following the script? No, because it's second nature to them, and it's because they've literally read it hundreds of times to like really understand it. So the same thing is with sales. And then you just want to follow a simple objection handling framework, right? How to actually handle objections. Now, you guys can just kind of screenshot this and kind of look at it and do your thing. I'm actually not going to go over how to go through this. If you want me to kind of make a video on how to handle objections, just comment down below. If you guys want me to make any specific videos on any of these 5 parts, make sure to comment down below. Okay. And then we have fulfillment. So This is the most important thing. If you don't know how to fulfill for your clients, if you don't know how to actually generate them great results, give your clients a great experience, and overall just build a relationship with your clients, then you're never going to grow your business. Simple as that. So really quick, 2 simple tools is you want to use Claude and Go High Level. Claude is going to be for all of the marketing intelligence, right? This is going to help you understand your local markets, your client's local market, their ICP, all the industry trends, what's going, what's working, what's not working, understanding competitors, what competitors are doing, and how you can establish your client's business as basically the number one in their market, right? Because what we like to do is we like to overall, we want our clients to dominate their markets, and that's basically what we're selling. So we're going to use Claude to basically create all the marketing strategies, the content, and the scripts. Okay, like you're going to need to learn how to actually prompt Claude. So this is when prompt engineering becomes a thing. Watch YouTube videos on how to become a better prompt engineer, so you can actually learn how to prompt Claude. Okay, like you can't just literally write it. Give me five content ideas. Like that's you can't do that. The next tool is Go High Level. So Go High Level is where we're going to be capturing Go High Level is going to capture all of the leads from the videos and the ads that we create with the lead form. So you actually connect Facebook lead forms through Go High Level. So it captures all of the leads. And we also build the booking pages on Go High Level as well for our clients. So Go High Level is basically everything. You can create the funnels, you're going to do the automations, you're going to create the booking pages. Everything can be done on Go High Level. Now, some clients actually won't want to use Go High Level, so you can just use their current CRM and maybe like a Zapier integration. But basically, this is the simple client fulfillment system that you want to use, right? So you want to create them. You want to create them a really good ad using the framework. So 3 simple steps for you to use right now is make sure that the hook is calling out their ICP. Make sure the video ad has a really good offer, right? Hey, so click the link right now and you'll get 10% off your next repair, whatever that is. Make sure you have a good offer. And then 3, overall, just make sure the video is super engaging and it not only captures the attention, but retains the attention. Again, we're having Claude script out all of our clients' ads and doing research on what works and what doesn't work. And the rest of the funnel is built on Go High Level. So we're going to send all of the traffic to a lead form, again, with qualifying questions, because we don't want to send any unqualified leads to our clients. Whenever we get a lead for our clients, we're going to send a Slack notification inside of our Slack channel, and this is where our client needs to call them. But we're also going to just try to book an appointment directly for our client using a booking page. So after they fill out a lead form, what we're going to do is we're going to redirect them to a booking page. This booking page is built on Go High Level. Now, you can't really do this with every client, but for this specific person, you can book a free estimate call because this is an epoxy company. Now, what we're going to do is after 5 minutes, if this lead has not booked an appointment, then we're going to send them an automated email built on Go High Level. You can kind of see what that looks like right here. And in this email, we're going to try to push them back to the booking page. The main thing is if we can book appointments for our clients, even better, because when we book appointments for our clients, the lead is booking a specific time to talk with the actual business owner to get their free estimate call. So it just works out perfectly, right? Because sometimes the business owner might be super busy, so you can't give them a call right away. And then if they do book an appointment, we just set up 2 simple email reminders to make sure that they actually, call or answer the phone whenever the business owner calls. Okay, so if you follow that super simple fulfillment framework, you will generate your clients amazing results. And this is, obviously this isn't including the actual Instagram content and stuff. So just like you're going to optimize your Instagram for yourself, you want to make sure that you optimize the Instagram for your clients. So optimize their Instagram, really good profile picture, make sure their bio is super clean, super clear as to who they are, what they do. And you can even add their phone number to their bio, like give us a call for a free estimate or a link to the booking page. Because every time somebody books, on that specific booking page, the client knows that it came from you. So you can directly attribute your content and your ads to their results. And you also want to create them 3 pinned posts. Basically the same thing, who they are, who they help, what they do, and how they do it, a client testimonial, and basically just like a process or about the company and about us video. And that's it. So that is how you're going to go from $500 to $1,000 deals all the way to closing $7,500 to $10,000 deals. But most importantly, just going from like a freelance videographer to actually building a real business and becoming a video marketer. If you want this to become a career for you guys and you actually want to build something real, then this is what we do, right? Inside of our AI video marketer program, we show you directly how to go through each step as quickly as possible, right? Because we have the proven frameworks. We've done this with hundreds of different clients. And you also get access to our custom AI system and our AI team that's going to help you do everything here. Everything, right? So if you want to learn more on that, just click the link down below, watch the video and apply with us to see if you'd be a good fit. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.